What's going on, guys? How you doing? This is TK coming at you, and I'm fired up this morning. I'm excited. Just plugged into some valuable training. Try to keep my mind first because everything starts with your mindset and what you think. What you think becomes reality, and your reality is determined by your belief system. So, hey, the one thing that I really see, a lot of times in the industry, people have all of these lingo and they talk in all of these riddles, and they throw these industry terms at you in terms of what should and what could, and I don't really like to do that. One, I always have conversations with you guys like if you're right here in front of me. I try to make this like a family event because we're all human beings and we should be on a common thought process or at least a common goal in terms of achieving. So this is my thing. My thing is giving. Honestly, my thing is giving something of substance, something valuable to people that actually can change their life. Now, I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care what business you're associated with or what you do for a living, okay? What it really boils down to in individual decision making is whether or not this item can assist me, whether or not this thing can help me. Now, sometimes people make decisions based on, individual want, not necessarily based on need. So, my thing is, what can I do to assist you in accomplishing your goals? You have a thought process, you have a mindset, you have a belief system, and I need to present something in line or something congruent to whatever it is that you want. Okay? And then I need to give you something of substance that could change your life, assist you, and make your situation better. So I've always focused on finances, and my thought process is physical implementation strategies that produce results. Okay? Now, when I say results, a lot of people are trained to fail because they have zero result strategies that they utilize every single day. If I say I'm hungry, you respond with, I'll pray for you. That's a zero result strategy, and that's been programmed on purpose. A lot of people talk about the problems going on economically, they're not talking about economic problems, they're talking about social problems that are going on. And the first thing that they drop as a solution is, I'll pray for you. Well, excuse me, if you say, I'm hungry, the proper answer is, let me get you some food. Let me help you eat. That's the proper answer. That's an action result orientated solution that will change that person's life, that person's situation. They're hungry, you feed them. You don't pray for them. You physically produce the action of feeding them or helping them to go get food. So in terms of your economic substance, the prayer solution is to remain in fiat currency or in some sort of paper derivative. And the action-orientated results would be to transition into hard asset, tangible money, real money, like gold, bullion from Karatbars, and silver bullion from ISM. And thirdly, decentralized currency like eDinar and Bitcoin. Because here's my thought process. First is the understanding that fiat or government issued paper money is an inflation roller coaster that is relegated, controlled, managed, and owned by the banks. So instead of running through life with the uphill swim battle of trying to accumulate more paper money, what I always suggest is that you utilize systems that allow you to acquire higher forms of money like gold, silver, and cryptocurrency. But when I say systems, what I'm talking about is there are network marketing programs within gold, silver, and cryptocurrency that allow you to leverage your time and your acquisition process. Now, anytime you say leverage, that means that you are utilizing the efforts of other people to accomplish your goals. Okay? So, if you talk about leveraging gold, an opportunity like Karatbars gets you a high quality bullion and rewards you when you initiate that referral process. Same thing with ISN and bullion and silver. You get a high quality product and you get rewarded when you initiate that referral process. And then the same thing happens in eDinar with cryptocurrency. Once you convert paper money to cryptocurrency, you get to leverage passively with 20% ROI. And then once you get into team building, you actually build based on how much your team deposits and how much they earn every month. So transitioning your finances is always the first suggestion in terms of advancement, because we live in an economically controlled world. So utilizing higher forms of currency and money then is the first step to being able to better play within this economic world. If you're opening the bank of you because you have decentralized sovereign currency and money, and then you're building your value of your personal bank by continuously adding assets, then you're actually initiating referral processes so that you're generating an income in those referrals. And then that process is leveraged because of the fact that you're handsomely rewarded. Now what you're talking about is a secondary income that possibly can replace your first, and it's all based on tangible assets and higher forms of money. So the only thing I'm trying to say, guys, is when it comes to doing something real that can change someone's life, giving you something tangible, something of substance, what I try to offer you guys is realistic systems that you can plug into, get handsomely rewarded, and then passively build your own sovereign bank. Because that's what I do. I always talk about the fact that the lack of interest in these systems doesn't affect the passive income that I gain just by participating every month. So you commit to a conversion process. I'm doing something like 500 every payday, and that goes into the Bank of Me. So that's a passive income that grows my personal assets, whether I initiate the referral process or not. The referral process is just leveraging your money and your time. It's increasing your income because that's how the system works. When you refer someone, you get paid, and you get paid handsomely. But you participating in the system builds your personal assets. So whether you refer somebody or not, it doesn't matter. You're still building a bank of you. That is the most important part, because it's inflation proof, it's sovereign, it's outside of governmental and bank control, and it's just an important foundational step in making it through the tough economic times that are about to hit fiat currency as a whole. So you're building decentralized, and you're building it through your own bank. So you have both the passive side, and then you have the active income referral side. So I'm just encouraging you guys with something of high value that you can utilize to change your life. All you have to do is get with me. I can get you set up with gold, I get you set up with silver, and I can get you set up with eDinar and cryptocurrency. And that's the perfect trifecta to build the bank of you and to get into higher forms of money that allow you to take your income to the next level. And then lastly, the team build. The team build is always going to expand because of the fact that there's power or strength in numbers. You can always accomplish more with others than you can accomplish by yourself. So once you get into bringing a team into gold, silver, and cryptocurrency, then you start generating an income that, like I said, can replace your current income that you make on your job. And then the system begins to work for you. It's a growth process, though, and it involves you establishing a foundation first. So get with me if any of this has helped you, if you find this to be of substance, and let's get this process started in terms of the team build, because the passive side is helping. So I can plug you into the passive side for yourself, and then once you can start working on the team build.